What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and right now we're going to be talking about a limited time coin method. We're also going to be talking about how you can get any 98 overall weekly wildcard for free. And no, it's not about the set that EA Sports has actually not even put into the game yet. I've been getting a lot of questions about it. Yeah, gee, I know we're going to get a free card, but EA has not put the set in. So we're going to go over a few things right now. Let's start over with the fact that you always go over inside the item manager to set. And if you want to see what's going on with any particular set, you simply go down and click on the set. So as we go through it, you'll see that there's a lot of variations of different type of ways to, like you got a 98 weekly wildcard, fantasy exchange. You see a lot of different exchanges, right? But there's nothing for the tokens. And specifically what I'm talking about is when you go into the challenges, every week that we've been playing, you should have been receiving tokens. Now, if you have not received tokens, type 1 in the chat. I want to see how many of you guys are not getting tokens, because for the most part, everybody is getting them. So it shouldn't be a situation where you have not been getting them. Now, I have not done the previous week. I will get these done probably later today or sometime. The only reason that anyone is doing any of this is to get the weekly wildcard token, to get a highly overall 98 overall item for free. That's ultimately what it is. Now remember, inside of this, it's not going to show you, because the weekly wildcard tokens are going to go into the set to give you the free card. But again, this is not even the free card I'm talking about right now. I'm just explaining to you guys why, when you guys look through my unopened packs, I just keep everything there because I don't have a lot of space in the binder, because I just be getting a bunch of cards all the time. So you should have these things. The weekly wildcard token packs, 88 overall weekly wildcard fantasy packs, all this stuff you should have if you have not been opening it. Obviously, if a lot of you guys just get your packs and you open them up, you're going to obviously not have as many things as I have right now, but I like to store it to kind of see what goes on with EA, because you never know when something get glitched out. And ever since they've started to allow us to be able to do this, there have been times where a lot of these card packs have had some good stuff in it after the fact, whether EA messed up or whatever they did. So I never usually open it early. Just kind of a point of order with that, so you guys understand. So those tokens are going to give you a different free player later on. I just wanted to make sure everybody knows that. So definitely keep your eye in, on the videos. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn on post notifications so you know if there's any update. Now, let's get down to the nitty gritty. All right, because we've already done this earlier, so I'm going to break it down for you guys real quick. Not really that hard to do. All right. Inside of these sets, right, the only thing that's going to make your life pretty much a little bit more hard, savage type of thing to do is the Nike players. All right. Now, inside of the Nike players, you can clearly see you can use any of the any 495 overall weekly wildcard players, whatever. It doesn't matter which ones they are. All right. Well, any 94 overall player. The weekly wildcards are the 95s. Any 494 is the separate ones. So correction, you guys are actually looking at it. So you can see that those are different programs. This is a Redux, this is free agents, whatever. That's playoff. So the 494s are any, and then it's specific to the weekly wildcard player. So I want to talk to you guys really quickly about the Nike. For those of you guys that don't know what goes on with this, if you've completed every Nike player, at the end of the weekly wildcard promo, you're going to get a set where you can redeem all the Nike players and get a high overall player and a B&D version of the players back. So that's why people are overspending for these particular players. All right. This is not like the 98 that I would recommend that you do, but I'm going to show you guys how to get any 98 from scratch for free. But again, the Nike, I don't know what player that hasn't come out yet that they could make the Nike player that would make me want to spend, additional cards to get them. I don't know. Name some players, boys. I really don't know. I think they've given us pretty much everything, unless they're going to, out of nowhere, drop something that's really glitchy. But the Nike players are always different. And you'll see as you go through it who specifically the Nike players are, because they have the different kind of card art. And then you'll see the Nike symbol, on the card itself. So that it just changes up as it gets higher. Now, as I show you the way through this, right, you can utilize this in any way you want. All right. It doesn't really matter whether you want to make coins. I'm going to show you my coin method that's going on in a second. But this right here is something that I would definitely just recommend that you do if you want to get any 98 overall weekly wildcard player. So the player that we made earlier was Zadarius Smith. So we've already made one and sold him. Now, this is what it all comes down to, right? Any 95 player, 4 of them, right? And then you have to get 195 overall veteran player. So let's go over it so you guys understand what's going on. The 95 overall player set that I'm still really like, I recommend anybody, especially if you're new to MUT, please use the Super Bowl pass. Just use the Super Bowl pass. Look, it's really, really easy. I guess they're like the past and the present together now. But like making 92s or buying them is so easy right now. And it's so cheap that I have to stress this, bro. Just do this set. Make 95s. Make the 98 whatever weekly wildcards. Sell them. Or hear me out. If you don't want to utilize your 95s for that, utilize it with the Sugar Rush. Because I was making a killing off of that too earlier. But anyway, it requires 92s. Making 92s, obviously I would recommend the Harvest. There are different ways to do it though, but the Harvest is the easiest way because you put any cards into it to make it. So it doesn't really matter which one you choose. When you start going to like certain promo specific ones, it gets a little bit more difficult. All right. So what I mean by that is this. If you go over to the program and you want to go to Harvest, to make the Harvest ones, it just comes off a little bit easier for me because whenever you see any, okay, 5, 89 to 90 overall players, just any, it just works out better. It's a lot less strenuous so that you don't have to focus in on the actual promo. So this is how you would make the 92s if you didn't get any packs or whatever and you wanted to just start from scratch. 92s make the 95s and you would go that route. All right. Now, like I said, with this, you just pick anyone. It doesn't matter. Just pick them, whatever, and keep it going. A lot of you guys that are getting lower level trash for whatever reason. Also, with the Ultimate Legends, I would not use Ultimate Legend players inside of these sets because we have a mystery secret, like crazy promo dropping. I don't know what's going to go into that. So be careful with completing the 92 set because you can probably use those cards. If they do what I think they're going to do, they're going to have specific cards from different promos that go into the set. And I want to make sure that you guys have those available. So I'd be very, very careful with that situation. All right, just watch it. You don't have to really go too crazy. Just make sure that you guys understand that it's going to be a little bit more involved with the way that the way that you're going to go through making the set. Do not do anything that will create a situation where it's going to be more difficult for you to get that card. Because what happens is, the reason that I'm pointing this out, when you go, say for whatever reason, the new promo requires Ultimate Legend players, right? You would have to go back and you would have to do specific things in these sets to get those cards. And I don't want you guys to have to do that. So if you already have a lot of them and it's specific to a certain promo, like an AKA Ultimate Legend, and you know that the way that these work is that you need them, I would recommend that you just wait. Just wait. And even with this, like the free auctionable 98, just wait. Because unless you need the coins right now, there's no real reason to redeem it. Just hold off and just see what goes on with it. Now, getting back to the weekly wildcard, so we can finish that up. We saw how to make the 95. So bam, we're going to go back over to the weekly wildcard. Inside of the set, like I said, once you start making them, okay, because I showed you from scratch, I have to go back and do it, whatever. The 95 overall is going to be specific to the promo. So this is a veteran player, okay? So pay attention to this part. The veteran players, you have to go and look specifically for that 95 veteran player, right? So it tells you on it which one is the veteran. So in this situation, it would be Patrick Peterson, who was a 95 overall veteran player, all right? So the same thing applies. You would make the 92s the way I showed you, and then you would need any 92 overall veteran player. So you would continue to go down and look at what's required and, pretty much go with the grind and go back up that way. Now, when you go over here to the 92 weekly wildcard pack is going to give you everything that you need for what you're looking for. Okay, so if it's like a veteran, whatever it is, the 92s are specific to that. And you can see the 88s are very specific as well. So realistically, with the way that everything is working out, this is something that you have to really understand. This, I would just buy the 92 because when you look at what it costs based on what's in the store, you see like how it's all 88s and it's specific to that. To make an 88, right? It seems rather, they want 3 86s. It depends on how you're weighing it out. Do you want to give them the 86s or do you just want to buy it? For me, I would just buy it in that case. Just buy the 92 and just add it to the set because it's still going to be cheap. And most people are not really selling as many 86s and stuff like that. So Again, it's up to you, but if you have the right cards, you can build everything that goes into the set. And it's, you know, like I'm showing you right now, this is what I do live on stream, and we just make millions of coins and just buy whatever card we want because we save and store specific cards for that reason. So all you have to do is read exactly what these things are, and you'll be able to do it. Like right here, there goes another 95 veteran. He's a 95 veteran. Whatever it is, they're going to all need the same 92. And then you would just start from the beginning, you know, where I just showed you with the 86s and get those done. Obviously, with everything else that goes into it, with Zadarius Smith, you know, once you get that 95, I showed you how to make the Super Bowl players. You would grind that out, use the proper sets, and be good to go. Now, as far as the limited time coin method, right? Inside of the store, if you haven't already done this, I need you to use your chocolates and get everything that's auctionable. Every single thing that's auctionable, this is pretty much what you have to do, okay? So look, everything that was auctionable, like the 95s, I got all of them, right? So I can use them in that set, or I can sell the 95s to make coins right now. I would recommend getting this done because in another 22 hours, all of this is gone. Everything that's a B&D, that's all that should be left there, or the tokens for Trayvon Walker. But look at what I have in my binder, though, that I kept to show you guys, that I'm going to go ahead and do. I've already redeemed them for my chocolate. So now I can utilize both of these and create my weekly wild card from utilizing chocolate that I made during the actual promo. Or I can use them in the Sugar Rush. Either way, dude, it's free coins. I grinded the game, you know, with house rules, all that stuff, made a decent amount of chocolate, and that's the way that we are where we are right now with it. So now there goes another way for you to make coins or complete sets and just do whatever you want. And it's just so easy to make sure it's done. But again, you only have 22 hours left to do this. To get these other 95s and stuff like that, it's going to greatly increase your chance of completing these sets for free and making it a lot easier. And if you guys want to go back and look at all the tutorials that I gave you already about how to get chocolate, you'll be right here. But you see how fast that happened to where we're at 4 or 5? Now, making a 95, I just showed you how we could do it, and then already we have a 98. So be very careful with it. I would hold off unless you really want one of these 98s until they announce the secret promo that's coming tomorrow. If you enjoyed the vid, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You have a blessed day. One love, y'all.